How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. As you can tell, this right here is the first update for the month of May. I cannot believe we're already in the month of May. It's crazy how fast time's going. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think, as far as, this month is concerned. What are your personal predictions in terms of how, this month is really going to go? As far as April is concerned, halfway through the month, we did see the market, switching into the bullish territory, and we actually did close the month on a positive note. But we are entering a new month. Let's take a look at, what's really happening, and of course, what we could be expecting going into Thursday morning. So, looking at the price, 18.2 cents. We're down about 1% in USD and about 2.1% in Bitcoin. Comparative market cap at $7.7 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is at about 200 million. Before we get into any further, though, as always, you guys know, just a quick disclaimer for you guys: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So if you're looking at the dominance here, guys, let's actually take a look at the dominance on an hourly perspective. So you're looking at the dominance actually picking up, a lot of traction, as you can see this for yourself. Just a few hours ago, we actually ended up seeing dominance hitting once again a new yearly high at almost 65%. So everything we've been talking about over the last few days, how you don't really want to be overlooking the dominance, and I've been saying this pretty much since your dominance was in the 50% range. And it's such an important tool to, kind of learn and understand how it works and what kind of impact it can have on altcoins, because, this can help you, a lot when it comes to crypto analysis. So you're looking at this thing still not showing any signs of slowing down, which of course, in terms of an altcoin standpoint, it does mean, altcoins cannot, explode the way, you would expect them to with the same type of Bitcoin move that we're seeing. But if dominance was lower, you would expect altcoins to move much more, but that's not the case right now. And that's something, obviously we need to accept. If you're looking at BTC though, Bitcoin, like I said, closed its daily, monthly candle in the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level, which of course is always nice to see. As far as Bitcoin is concerned, it's still having a little bit of a hard time breaking out. You can see this for yourself. We've had several different retests around this $95,600, and of course, we're finding a little bit of a hard time breaking out of that range. Very, very important level to obviously keep in mind. But you are looking at BTC, picking up again. You can see this for yourself. Just yesterday, we did see a retest down to 92,900, but we're pretty much back up to this 95K range. So Bitcoin looks like it wants to break out. And if it does, then of course, you do tend to see altcoins also, reacting in a positive way. But of course, like I said, not outpacing or, seeing those explosive moves we do tend to see when the dominance is lower. So is Bitcoin on its way towards new all-time high? Possibly. With the way BTC is looking right now, I don't see why, Bitcoin cannot smash past an all-time high. And then we do see, obviously, altcoin season occurring after that. So we'll see what happens. If you're looking at HBAR though, it's currently sitting at 18.2 cents. Now, obviously, we have seen a little bit of a correction, and like I said earlier, you have seen the dominance index go up. So, of course, that's something that we need to factor in as well. If you're looking at the price of HBAR, we did make our way down to the 17.6 cents a few hours back. And as I stated to you guys before earlier in the update, dominance went up to almost 95%. BTC went down to the likes of 92.5, which of course is going to have an impact on HBAR, and it did. You can see that clearly, retesting 17.5 cents. But look where we got supported by here, guys. You can't make this up at this point. The level where we were having a little bit of a hard time breaking out of, that exact same level has come into support for us. We got supported by here on the 24th of April as well, which was last week. And this just obviously, strengthens our overall, analysis, everything that we've been talking about over the last, few weeks. You can really see, how important it was. And if you do dollar cost average in, and let's say, this happened to be the place where you place your, limit orders, you did see an increase of about 4% right off the bat. And as you're looking at HBAR price bouncing, obviously in correlation to BTC also bouncing, you're seeing that same exact resistance at 8.3 cents coming our way. And of course, if we're able to turn this into support, I really do believe, we could make our way back up to that 20 cents quite fast, which we did not last too long, obviously, in. But so far so good. Like what I'm seeing here, consolidations happen. Obviously, it kind of goes hand in hand as to what's really happening with the broader market. But so far so good. Like what I'm seeing here. Hopefully this month is very bullish. I'm sure no one really wants this to be a bearish month. Obviously, some external factors cannot be controlled. Those are obviously out of our control. And this is where your due diligence research and obviously that aspect comes into play. So as I've always stated to you guys before, do your due diligence research and invest what you can afford to lose. If you've done those three things, patience is your number one key to follow. Love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.